International Radio Tours broadcasting program is designed to assist artists, writers, producers, musicians, published authors, and organizations promoting their work throughout the world. To learn more, visit online at internationalradiotours.org.
Hello, and welcome to International Radio Tours. I'm your host, Rich Gehlhausen. We have a special program for you today. Over the next hour, we'll take you on a musical journey through the life and times of Abraham Lincoln, with our music provided by Matthew-Sabatella and the Rambling String Band from their album, Songs in the Life of Abraham Lincoln, Ballad-of-America, Volume 3. But first, we'll take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Hey, it's Niecy Nash, taking a break from my new TV Land sitcom, The Soul Man, to talk to all you moms out there. My character, Lolly, is a mom, too, and she's pretty fierce when it comes to protecting her family. But all moms need to remember to take care of themselves, too, especially when it comes to heart disease. It's the #1 killer of women, but you can reduce your risk through healthy diet and exercise. So spread the word and take care of yourself. Find out more at GoRedForWomen.org.
Welcome back to International Radio Tours in Progress. I'm your host, Rich Gehlhausen. Today's program is a musical journey through the life and times of Abraham Lincoln, featuring music selections from Matthew-Sabatella and the Rambling String Band's album, Songs in the Life of Abraham Lincoln, Ballad-of-America, Volume 3. Well, joining us for today's program is Matthew-Sabatella. Hello, Matthew, and welcome to our program.
Hello, Rich. Thank you very much for having me here. It's a pleasure to be on your show again.
And it's our pleasure as well. Now, Matthew, before we get into today's program, I'd like to urge our audience to go online to your website, www.ballad-of-america.com. This is where they'll find all the information about the band, your albums, and the music, as well as some of the history behind the songs and music. Matthew, are the CDs available on your website as well?
Yes, all our CDs are available there, mainly in the form of links to the major music sites that sell them. So you can find the links at ballad-of-america.com or right at iTunes or Amazon or just about all the music sites.
All right, thank you. Well, let's take a few minutes. Let's talk about the band, who they are.
All right. Well, the Rambling String Band is a 5-piece band, including me, and I'll introduce them in the order that they joined the band. At first, it was just me playing with an acoustic guitar, and I was in a venue in South Florida and saw another band playing, and there was a guy up there playing banjo, mandolin, and accordion, and I just thought, I need to start playing with this guy because those instruments were perfect for what I was doing. So that was Lynn Griffith. He's a very versatile musician, also plays harmonica and sings and some percussion. So Lynn Griffith, and then as Lynn and I were recording our first album together and we wanted to add bass, acoustic upright bass, I called on an old friend of mine from college. We were in college together at the University of Miami, Chris DeAngelis, a great bass player and singer, and he has another group that he plays with, a classic honky-tonk country group. Also, while we were recording, we met up with a fiddle player, violin player, Jack Stamatis, and he and I met because I also sat in with a Renaissance music group that he was part of. Jack plays all kinds of music. He can play anything on the violin or fiddle, folk, country, Irish, jazz, rock, and lately he even started playing Arabic music for belly dancing.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. So then the last guy to join us is Sean Edelson, and he's another old friend of mine, and we were a 4-piece, and I just thought I wanted to add some mandolin to fill out the sound. So Sean's also very versatile, great on guitar, so sometimes I switch from guitar to banjo, and Lynn goes to mandolin, and Sean goes to guitar, and we play like that for some song.
All right. Well, why did you and the band decide to create this particular album? You know, the songs regarding Abraham Lincoln.
Well, what we've always done is what we call American heritage music, and that's our term for music that came to America in the colonial days and beyond, and developed here into new musical forms and styles that were unique to the United States. So it includes a wide range of music from the 18th, 19th, and 20th century fiddle tunes, spirituals, work songs, sea shanties, railroad and cowboy songs, ragtime, blues, jazz, country, on up really to rock and roll. Mm-hmm. So, and the interest in this music went hand in hand with the interest in the people who made the music, how it developed and how the songs relate to our history. And that's what Ballad of America is all about. So it was near the end of 2008 that I was aware that Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday was coming up in February, and we decided to record a song as a tribute to him to do in our live shows and offer it for download. But as we started to research the subject, we found 2 whole books on the subject of Lincoln and music in particular. One was called Songs Lincoln Loved by John Lair, and one was called Lincoln and the Music of the Civil War by Kenneth A. Bernard. Mm-hmm. So there were so many songs and references in there that one song turned into 2 and 3 and 4, and eventually we were making an entire album that told Lincoln's life story through the songs that he loved. Now, Lincoln needs no introduction really as a man and a historical figure, a fascinating, important figure, but he was also had a wide range of emotions, like all of us, but he could feel, he was very humorous and exhibited a certain lighthearted humor and playfulness, but also a deep melancholy and sadness sometimes. So the music that Lincoln liked and listened to appealed to both those sides. They were very representative of that diversity. Sometimes he would want to hear a lighthearted song and sometimes a very sad song. So you can really get to know the man through the music.
So our audience today, they're going to hear a fairly diverse group of songs. Some somewhat sad and melancholy, and others not.
Exactly.
I want the audience to know that you had to edit some of the material. Some of the music today was edited. It's due to the time constraints of our program. But they can listen to the entire songs on your website and purchase your albums. They'll find the entire songs there, along with the history behind each tune. It brings us. Thank you, Matthew. It brings us to our first song on the album, and on our show today, Barbara Allen. Can you tell us about that song?
Sure. Well, Barbara Allen is one of the old ballads from the British Isles that was carried to the New World by early settlers. The song goes back at least to the 17th century and was probably the most common of the British ballads in early America, the old storytelling songs. So Lincoln identified the song Barbara Allen as his mother's favorite song, and that's why it starts off the album. Abraham once said, "All that I am or hope to be, I owe to my angel mother." So Nancy was his mother, and she was hardworking and loving, and she was prone to the same frequent spells of sadness that Lincoln would be. So this is a sad ballad interpreted here and on the album on a mountain dulcimer, which is an American instrument that was rooted in old world designs, and the sound of the dulcimer was ringing through the Kentucky hills during Lincoln's childhood. So his mother, Nancy, probably sang this song around the cabin to her son, Abraham.
All right, thank you. Well, without further ado, let's listen to the song Barbara Allen.
Was in the merry month of May, when flowers were blooming, sweet William on his deathbed lay, for the love of Barbara Allen. slowly she went lying, and all she said when she got there is, young man, I think you're dying. Oh yes, I'm sick and very low, and death is on me dwelling. No better shall I ever be if I don't get Barbara Allen.
All right, thank you, Matthew. You know, if you don't mind, I'd like to give the sort of a historical lead-in for our next song.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Old Sister Phoebe. Now, in the fall of 1860, after chaotic land laws caused the Lincolns to lose 3 different farms in Kentucky, Thomas and Nancy Lincoln moved with their 2 children, Sarah 9 and Abraham 7, to southern Indiana. Now, Abraham became skilled with the plow and the axe as he assisted his father in the work that had to be done to survive on the frontier. In October of 1818, when Abraham was only 9 years old, his mother, Nancy Hawks Lincoln, died. But Nancy had encouraged young Abraham to read and explore the world through books, which he did voraciously. And although the demands of on the frontier life left very little time for formal schooling, Abraham educated himself and could often be seen carrying a book as well as an axe. Well, as he grew from a boy to a young man, Abraham was popular at community gatherings such as corn shuckings, log rollings, grubbings, and play parties. Now, play parties, they were a popular form of entertainment in frontier communities, especially ones in which religious beliefs did not permit dancing and considered the fiddle to be the devil's instrument. Although based on European and English antecedents, play parties were truly an American phenomenon. Now, Abraham's favorite play party game was Old Sister Phoebe, in which the boys and girls joined hands and circle around one girl in the center of the ring who holds in her hands a hat or a coonskin cap. In keeping with the lyrics to the song, she places the cap on a boy's head and kisses him. And she then takes the boy's place in the circle and he moves to the center. The game and the song sometimes went on for hours. And as you'd mentioned to me, Old Sister Phoebe is recorded here in your song and includes a Jew's harp. It's an instrument that Lincoln once told a group of school children that he played as a boy. So let's get to it. Let's play Old Sister Phoebe.
The juniper tree, hi-ho, hi-ho, the juniper tree, hi-ho.
You know, Matthew, that sounds very much like a sea chanty.
Yeah, there may be some connection there. But we went ahead and threw caution to the wind in our version and included a fiddle in it. So